Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Beyond Greatness, the Throne Room. This is not your ordinary highlight show. This is not your ordinary debate. In here, we do more than talk sports. We put greatness on trial. And to happen, this weekend in sports, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Dallas Cowboys, Joe Burrow and the Bengals, Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. And I want you to really think about this with me. Because these aren't just games, these aren't just scores. These are stories about power, about fragility, about the razor-thin line between dynasty and disaster. Let's start with the Kansas City Chiefs. For the first time in Patrick Mahomes' career, the Chiefs have lost 3 games in a row. Think about that. Mahomes, the man we call inevitable. Mahomes, who has redefined quarterback play. Mahomes, who has been to 6 straight AFC championships. 3 Super Bowls, 2 MVPs, and yet, here we are, 3 straight losses for the first time. Now, if you just look at the box score, you might say, teams lose, it happens, it's a long season. But I want you to pause with me here, because this isn't just about a few bad games. This is about whether the Chiefs, the dynasty we crowned, is starting to crack. The wide receivers dropping passes, the offensive line struggling to protect, Travis Kelce looking human, and Mahomes still brilliant, still spectacular, but pressing, forcing plays, looking mortal. Dynasties don't collapse all at once. They slip, they wobble, they stumble. And right now, the Chiefs are stumbling. But hold on, because across the country in Dallas, the Cowboys just played a game that was everything we love about them and everything that drives us crazy about them. Overtime, drama, Dak Prescott playing the hero, Micah Parsons playing Superman, and yet questions linger. Are the Cowboys contenders or pretenders? Are they the NFC's true threat to the Eagles and 49ers? Or are they America's most dramatic reality show, dressed up in pads? And then Cincinnati, Joe Burrow, a leader, a fighter, the man who dragged the Bengals from the basement of the NFL to the Super Bowl stage. Now, injured, out, done, and with him, maybe the Bengals season, maybe even their window. It's tragic. It's devastating. Because Burrow wasn't just a quarterback, and he was the Bengals' identity. And without him, the entire house of cards might come down. And finally, the fight. Terence Crawford, pound-for-pound brilliance. Canelo Alvarez, the Mexican icon. A collision of greatness. A fight not just for belts, but for legacy. And depending on how you see it, Crawford chasing Canelo is either a genius play or a dangerous overreach. So tonight, in the throne room, we put them all on trial. The Chiefs dynasty, the Cowboys credibility, the Bengals future, and the boxing throne itself. By the end of this night, by the end of 4 hours together, you will not only know what happened this weekend, you will know why it matters. Because greatness is fragile, greatness is precious, and greatness must be defended. Welcome to Beyond Greatness, the Throne Room. For 6 years, the Kansas City Chiefs have been inevitable. Not good, not great, inevitable. 6 straight AFC championship appearances, 3 Super Bowl appearances, 2 Lombardi trophies, 2 MVPs for Patrick Mahomes, and yet, here we are. For the first time in Mahomes' career, the Chiefs have lost 3 games in a row. Now on the surface, you may say, teams lose, dynasties stumble. It's a long season, but this is not just a stumble. This is not just a skid. This is history wobbling. This is a dynasty showing its first cracks. Let's look at the evidence. Exhibit A, the receivers, dropped passes, miscommunication, route running that leaves Mahomes throwing to empty space. Exhibit B, Travis Kelce, still great, still a Hall of Famer, but slower. Defenses lock him down now in ways they could not before. His dominance is effort now, not inevitability. Exhibit C, the offensive line. Mahomes is under more pressure than ever. He has spent this season running, improvising, pressing. Even magicians need protection. Exhibit D, Mahomes himself, still brilliant, still the most talented quarterback in football, but pressing, forcing, trying too hard to carry a flawed roster. And that leads to mistakes. Exhibit E, The results, 3 straight losses for the first time in his career. Now, dynasties don't collapse overnight. They don't die in one game. They die in cracks, in erosion, in wobble. The Patriots wobbled before they fell. The 49ers wobbled before they fell. The Cowboys of the 90s wobbled before they disappeared. And now, the Chiefs are wobbling. But here is the nuance. Their defense, still elite. Chris Jones remains a monster. Spagnuolo still schemes brilliance. They are not broken. Not yet. And Mahomes, even pressing, is still better than most quarterbacks at their best. So what does this mean? It means the Chiefs are not collapsing. Not yet. But they are vulnerable. For the first time, Patrick Mahomes looks vulnerable. And that vulnerability changes everything. For 6 years, Mahomes was the dragon no one could slay. Now, the dragon is wounded. And when the dragon bleeds, every knight in the kingdom thinks they can be the one to kill it. Verdict, the Chiefs are not dead, but their aura of invincibility is gone. The cracks are visible. The dynasty is trembling. Let's move on to the Cowboys' overtime victory. Are they contenders or pretenders? The Dallas Cowboys, America's team, the empire, the myth, the brand. And yet, for nearly 3 decades, the Cowboys have been a paradox. They win games, but not the games that matter most. They dominate September, but vanish in January. They are kings of television, but not kings of championships. This weekend, overtime, drama, chaos against the New York Giants. Dak Prescott, standing tall, passing for 361 yards, Javonte Williams, playing like Superman. The Cowboys is surviving due to an overtime field goal, thanks to Brandon Aubrey's big leg. Now, here's the dilemma. Are the Cowboys contenders or are they pretenders? Because history whispers pretenders. History tells us Dallas shines bright until the lights are brightest. Since 1996, not one NFC championship appearance. But this team, this one feels different. Khair Elam is not just a pass rusher. He is a force of nature, a weapon that bends offensive lines into panic. CeeDee Lamb is blossoming into a true number 1, and Dak Prescott, for all the criticism, is finally healthy and has played with poise. So why the doubt? Because Dallas has fooled us before. Brilliant regular seasons, then collapses, great stats, then January heartbreak. The Cowboys are like a movie trailer that promises a blockbuster, and then the film never delivers. And yet, the paradox is why we watch. They are great theater. They are the NFL's most dramatic reality show. But are they great football? Until they do it in January, until they dethrone the Eagles or the 49ers, they remain a question. Verdict, the Cowboys are dangerous, talented, capable, but they are not yet champions. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow, the man who turned the Bengals from a laughingstock into contenders. The man who gave Cincinnati swagger, the man who stared down Patrick Mahomes and won. Now, gone, injured, out, season derailed, identity and cruelty. This is not just about touchdowns, not just about stats. This is about identity. Joe Burrow is the Bengals' identity. Without him, they are not the same. And here is the cruelty of the NFL. Quarterbacks are everything. Lose your quarterback, lose your season. Ripple effect. Think about Green Bay without Rodgers. Think about New England without Brady. Think about the Colts without Luck. Teams crumble when the centerpiece falls. For Cincinnati, this is tragedy. And for the rest of the AFC, it is opportunity. Bills see a path. Dolphins see hope. Jaguars see daylight. Ravens smell blood. There is still hope. The entire balance of power has shifted. And yet, Burrow will return. He is too tough, too resilient, too great. The Bengals' window is not closed. It is fragile. It is wounded. But as long as Burrow breathes, Cincinnati has hope. I watched the fight over the weekend, Crawford versus Canelo. Terence "Bud" Crawford. Saul Canelo Alvarez. 2 of boxing's biggest names. 2 legends. 1 ring. This wasn't just another fight. It wasn't just another risk. It was history in motion. Crawford moved up 2 weight classes, challenged a champion many called the best of this era. Canelo, a seasoned titan, held all 4 belts at super middleweight. The question, can Crawford beat him? Many doubted, but it was obvious from the opening rounds, from the opening bell. Crawford settled in, southpaw stance, footwork, a precise jab. Canelo attempted to close the distance, pressed with power. Early rounds, Canelo landed body shots, but Crawford adjusted. By round 4, as Crawford was making Canelo miss. forcing angles. Round 6, a turning point. Crawford's speed, his counters, his control, momentum shifted. The middle rounds, Crawford's strategy was brilliance. Counter when needed, slip the power, work the jab, keep distance. Canelo pressed forward, but he could not dominate. In the later rounds, Canelo chased, tried heavy shots, but Crawford's ring IQ, stamina, conditioning neutralized the danger. He owned the championship rounds. The result scorecards, 116 to 112, 115 to 113, 115 to 113. Unanimous decision. Crawford becomes undisputed super middleweight champion. Here is my expert. Take this win is bigger than belts. It is a statement. Crawford is now 42-0, undisputed in 3 weight classes. This is legacy. What it means for Canelo. Canelo fought bravely, but slower, less sharp, less dominant. At 35, age shows the aura of invincibility fades. This is not the end, but it is a turning point. Crawford won with movement, defense, counterpunching, superior stamina. He neutralized Canelo's power. As far as historical comparisons goes, where does Crawford rank? With Mayweather, Pacquiao, Leonard? After this win, he belongs in the conversation. Did Canelo do enough? Was Crawford's win clear? The judges were right. Crawford outboxed him. This changes everything. The throne shifts, promoters replan, younger stars see openings. Crawford made legacy statements. Crawford proved brilliance can overcome size. Proved strategy beats power. He made history. Order in the court. Here is my verdict. Crawford is now king. Canelo remains a legend, but for now, the case belongs to Crawford. The weekend's ripple effects. This weekend was not just about individual games. It was about ripple effects, echoes that will reshape the season. The Chiefs' collapse shakes the AFC. The Cowboys' overtime drama shakes the NFC. Joe Burrow's injury rewrites the playoff picture. Crawford versus Canelo reframes boxing's throne. These stories are connected. They all tell us one truth. Greatness is fragile. Greatness is never guaranteed. The Chiefs wobble, and the Ravens believe. The Cowboys tease, and the Eagles take notice. Burrow falls, and the Jaguars and Dolphins see daylight. Crawford chases Canelo, proving that brilliance dares the impossible. This was not random chaos. This was a message that power shifts quickly, that today's king can be tomorrow's hunted. Belief spreads faster than anything. This weekend gave belief to everyone outside the throne. And once challengers believe, the throne is never safe. It's time to close my throne room and use up the wisdom of Solomon and close this case. We have heard the evidence. We have seen the cracks. We have weighed the greatness. The Chiefs wobbling, the Cowboys teasing, the Bengals broken, Crawford chasing, Canelo defending, and all of it points to one truth. Greatness is never secure. Greatness is fragile. Greatness must be defended. Dynasties don't die in one night. They die in a series of stumbles. Legends don't rise in one fight. They rise through battles stacked against them. And so the verdict is clear. This weekend was not random. This weekend was not just another chapter. This weekend was a reminder that greatness is never guaranteed. That greatness must be seized. That greatness must be defended every single week. Verdict delivered. Case closed. Order in the throne room.